Hey YouTube, how you doing? This is Kevin Lee, Kevin Smiley Lee. I want to thank you for coming by my channel, for asking me some questions. I received a question and it was really astute. It was a good question. It says, in a few of my videos, I said study the rich. Really, I should have said study the wealthy. But the question is, when I say study the rich, specifically, what am I looking for? Well, it's an interesting question, and I'm gonna look at it this way, and I'm gonna just make some analogies, and hopefully I can bring it home. And if it resonates, please let me know if it makes some sense. If it doesn't, I'll do my best to explain it a different way. But let's assume I'm playing basketball. I always talk about Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Steph Curry, but if you look at it, those three positions, players have a different position. Charles Barkley. I want to go back to Dr. J because I'm a little older. But if I want to study any of those guys, if I want to play basketball, but if I'm a guard, a shooting guard, I want to study that particular shooting guard. If I'm a forward or a power forward, I want to study that particular position. I'm going to bring it back to maybe football. If I'm a quarterback, I'm going to study all the quarterbacks after I understand the game. If I'm a running back, I'm going to study all the running backs after I understand the game. So when I say study the rich, there's people out there. In the past, we were always thinking about Warren Buffett. He's considered the best, the Omaha Oracle of Omaha, because he started purely with investments, grew his fortune, master of allocating capital. But you could also look at Chamath. You could look at Bill Gates, all of these different ones. I say, who inspires you? There's a lot to study, and what you're going to find is that they have certain habits. They are disciplined about their investments, they're long term in their thinking and their strategies, and they also understand themselves. And when I say understand themselves, it goes back to your investment thesis. Some of my friends, my colleagues, and I talked about creating a mastermind group of your friends and associates. Some of my friends are extra conservative, and all they invest in is dividend stocks. Others are really risky. They're doing options, they're investing in futures, they're investing in commodities, they're investing in things that has a high potential of growth, but not really a lot of guarantees. So both of my colleagues are successful in their own way of thinking, but by knowing yourself, you'll know which one you want to study. For example, people don't realize Buffett gets a lot of billions of dollars from dividends. Although he doesn't give dividends, he invests in a lot of dividend stocks. My other friend, high tech, all growth, very few dividend paying stocks. So when I say study the rich, study their habits, study their spending, study how they usually study how they spend their money, study how they invest their money. And someone mentioned Puffy. I think there was a question of P. Diddy. And let me come and look at my question just again, just so I make sure I have it. Jay-Z, Elon, Sean Combs. Now, if you look at it from an Elon Musk perspective, Elon is very risky. Elon invested all his money. First, he made a ton of money in PayPal. He took all of his money against his friends and his financial advisor's opinion and invested it into SpaceX, Tesla, and Solar City. So I love Elon because he invests 100% into whatever he does. Jay-Z and P. Diddy, I don't know much about their investment strategies to make a comment on it, but I'm sure if we Google it, we'll see that these guys have invested in their companies, their alcohol or their clothing line, but I'm not too familiar with those two from an investment perspective to add any value. So thanks again for your question and keep them coming. Take care.